Greetings, my geeks, nerds, gamers, and lanners. Welcome to Enticement Gaming. It is I, Mister G63, and today I welcome you to this short series of Autonauts tutorials. Now, in the previous episodes, we were looking at how to get a good map, how to build a workbench, and how to craft storage. Then we also looked at how to build and program your first bot. Today, I'm yelling timber because today we are going to start our lumber production line. So without further ado, let us get in. So here we are, back on a new map. Now you may be wondering to yourself, why are we on a new map? Well, unfortunately, my game got corrupted and I needed to reinstall. So I decided to let's plan on ahead and get a new game up and running, just for you. So, as you can see, we already have a production line going on here, where we can see that we are chopping trees and harvesting wood and making planks and making poles and everything that we need. Why would I want to do this again? Well, because this is one resource that you will never need. So, what we are going to be looking at now is we are going to be looking at how do you start up a production line like this. Now, you will note that there are going to be 6 steps to this. What we are going to be needing is, firstly, we are going to need to dig holes. So, I have taken the time to go and clear out a plot of ground right over here, and I've got a few bots ready in line to do our bidding. So without any further nonsense, let us continue. So I've got some bots here busy building tools and all of that, ready and waiting in crates, and that's great. So we are going to quickly hit the space bar, pull up our select the bot to teach. Let someone grab the first guy in the row. So we're going to hit the record button. Now, I'm going to take you step by step through my programming logic. And if you guys do know of any other ways of making the programming less complicated, please, by all means, put a link in the description down below. Alternatively, you can just tell me, you can take out a few commands here, add a repeat here, and we can carry on. So, this is the one that I've developed personally myself, and this to me has been the most effective. So, what we're going to do is we're first going to tell the bot that we are going to walk down to the crate over here and pick up a spade. And you do that until your hands are full. Then we are going to move to the bottom over here and we're going to tell them to dig. So we are going to be digging a hole in the dirt in this area. Now what I want to do is I just want to make sure that we don't do everything. So if you, let me quickly go back. If you select on this grade area that I explained to you previously, you click on that. If you look over here, you can see that there is an X and a Y. So that's your height versus your width. And then you've got full. So if I say yes, full, he will dig out this entire area. We do not want that at this moment in time. So what we are going to do is we can scroll through here and have a look. So alternating is it will dig one hole out of every 9 blocks. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks, with the 9th one being filled. Now this is nice for especially like your plantations and that kind of stuff. For lumber, not so much. Then we can look at horizontal striping. Now your single lanes, these are good for your lumber. It's also good for your berry pickers, your fruit trees and all of that. So I prefer using these ones. But I like to be able to see my bot, so I use the vertical. The other one is the checkerboard, which makes it look a little bit like a chessboard. So they'll dig every second patch of dirt, every second tile, and this will be good for cases like, for example, if you're growing wheat and growing grass, because when you harvest, the item needs to fall into an empty block. So by giving them 4 empty blocks regardless of where, every time you harvest, it will then fall into the empty block next to it, allowing for stacking to occur. So that's cool. But what I want now is I want my vertical stripes, and I want him to dig that until his hands are empty. Because, as you may notice, all your tools have got a durability, and once that durability has hit 0, the hands becomes empty, and thus you're unable to continue digging. So I'm going to give him the spade. I'm going to tell it to repeat forever, and let him go off on his merry way. Alrighty then, so now that we've got a few holes up and ready for us, let us move over to the next step. This next step will be to be planting seeds. So as you can see right over here, we have got a crate with seeds in that we can now use. So I'm grabbing the next guy in the list, I am saying record, and here we go. So what we're going to do is we want to plant as many trees as possible, as quickly as possible. So I'm going to tell him to move over to the crate, grab the seeds until his hands are full. Then I'm going to have him move in here and plant the seeds within the same area that I am going to be digging. And I'm going to be repeating that until his hands are empty. And of course, we're going to be doing this forever because, like I said, you'll never have enough wood. Well, now that we've planted a few of our trees, what we are going to do is we are going to wait until our trees have fully grown. Well, now that we have one fully grown tree, our next step is of course to chop down the trees. So let us proceed with this. So, just like the guy with the spade, we are going to head over to the axe storage and collect one axe. We're going to tell him to repeat this until your hand is full. Then we are going to run down to the tree and chop it down. So we are definitely going to be looking at all the trees within that area that we need to chop down. Once we have chopped down the trees, we are going to continue this until our hands are empty once again. Repeat that forever. Hand over the axe and let him loose. Now, our next thing that we are going to need to do right now is we are going to need to make sure that we can move our logs into storage. But as I can see, our storage is a little bit full at the moment, but that should not be a problem right now. So, we're selecting our next guy. We're going to tell him to grab all the logs in this area. So we're just going to chip that up. But we're also going to extend it just a little bit. So I'm going to extend it 9 by 9. Let's get it nice and easy over there. I said 9 by 9. Wait, 9 by 9. There we go. Okay. Because sometimes these logs do fall out onto the sides, and that can be difficult for the robot to spot it and pick it up. So once we've done that, we are going to move it to the log storage, deposit it, and we are going to also do this forever. So now that we've gotten that, we've got our basic production. But now, what about planting new trees again? Once these guys have collected the seeds from the tree, how do we get the seeds back? Well, that is so simple. We select our next guy. We tell him to collect all the seeds in the area. There we go. And we tell him to do this until his hands are full. We tell him to come back to the tree storage and to drop them all off until his hands are empty, and do that forever. But seeds are not the only resources gained from chopping wood. We also have our little sticks over here. So we are going to tell him to pick up sticks in the area. We're also going to make it the maximum area due to the fact that the seeds can drop anywhere. So we're going to tell him to just quickly grab all the seeds in the maximum area. I'm just going to extend this over a little bit to this side as well. And we're going to tell him to do that until his hands are full, and then to place the sticks into the storage until his hands are empty, and we are going to repeat. So there we go. Now we have done the 6 main steps in wood production. So we have got digging holes, we've got this guy over here who's busy planting seeds. Once the trees have grown, we have him over here busy chopping wood. Once the wood has been chopped, we have this guy over here who's picking up all the wood, all the logs and the sticks and the seeds and transporting them back. So, and then once we have transported the seeds back, we have someone bring the seeds back in and planting more trees. So we have got now a nice circular production line, and this you can leave. You will always need trees. You can perhaps at a later stage use more advanced bots to do this, and this will make sure that you have larger areas and you can do this production a lot faster. Okay, so now that we have gotten our wood up and running, what are we doing with the wood? So we need a few items. So we need planks and we need poles. For this, we are going to need to build some storage for them. Okay, so another really cool thing that they have in this game is, of course, your chopping blocks. So we are going to quickly build ourselves a few chopping blocks. For these chopping blocks, you are going to need 1 log and 1 axe. Now, we have got someone creating axes for us, so this will not be a problem. Let's quickly deposit 2 axes down on each one of these and wait for our little man to come. And let me move these because I've got some bots that are building for me. Let's quickly go grab a log over here and drop it off. Quickly build that one and pick up another log, drop it off here, and now we have got 2 chopping blocks. So let's quickly move the chopping blocks over to right over here. Let's put them over here, just nice and quick nearby. So the first chopping block we want to use will be chopping logs into planks. The next one will be chopping planks into poles. Okay, so let us begin with the programming. So first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to convert poles into planks. So you select 1 plank and bring it to the chopping block. Once they have finished chopping, we are going to need to pick up the planks. Now, 1 log will give you 2 planks. So let's tell them to pick up. Move that all up there. okay, because we only need to do that once. We're going to need to pick up planks twice. So let's pick up the other plank, get rid of that, and we need to deposit it within the plank storage until your hands are empty. So let's quickly move these out, move the repeat out, until hands are empty, and then this we can repeat. Because as soon as the plank storage is full, like this one here, they will stop. Okay, so we'll leave him to continue cutting. Now, I was busy building some storage over here because we are going to need some additional storage for our poles. Wait for our little buddy over here to finish building. We can go grab. Whoopsie. That plank back. Righty, so now that we can start chopping up some more and making poles, I'm going to select the next guy in the row, and I'm going to time to go collect 1, 2 planks. Okay, so let's go. I want you to collect planks twice. Then I want you to move the planks to the chopping block, and as you can see, the chopping block, 1 plank will give you 2 poles. So I want you to carry on chopping until your hands are empty. Okay, then the same as what we did here, I want to pick up here until my hands are full, or wait, until, yeah, let's go until hands are full, and drop off at the nearest pallet. There we go. Let's try that again, because somehow the program didn't catch nicely there. So there we go. Until that is full. So let's move this inside here until this is empty. Yeah, let's see. See, now we've come to our first problem, is that your bots have a limited amount of memory, and this will cause some issues later on. You can upgrade your bots by giving them additional memory, but we will get to that at a later stage. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to quickly adjust my my coding a bit to give some more space. So I'm moving these 2 out. I'm getting rid of that. Getting rid of those 2 there. Then this I can move down. I'm just going to move these ones down. I'm going to add, oops, get rid of that. Pull this one in. This is going to be until my hands are full. And this one is going to be until my hands are empty. And repeat. So it's going to take 1 plank to the chopping block. Then it's going to find the nearest pole there. Pick up twice, because remember, 1 plank is going to create 2 poles. Okay, so we're going to pick up twice, and then we're going to move to the pallet, put the poles in until my hands are empty, and we are going to rinse and repeat. So, cool. Let me quickly go pick up those 2 poles, plonk those 2 in there, and Bob's your uncle. So now, not only have we got wood production going, we are also taking our logs, converting them into planks, taking our planks and converting them into poles, and storing everything. So our next goal will be, of course, to start up food production. Now, we will go into more depth, so while I am waiting for them to get ready for food production, I'm going to start clearing out a little bit of space nearby so that we can start making food. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe for more. I will be uploading once a week, so hit that notification button and comment down below. If you know of a game that you would like to give the G63 treatment to, leave a comment down below. Also, if you do like my videos and would like to see more, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. I will be adding a link to my Patreon page in the description down below, so please click on the link and donate. I have got 4 different tier types, and each different tier type has a certain extra bonus attached to it. But for now, all I need to say is shop shop millipop, stay lekker, and catch you on the refresh.
Into the light now.